of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night starts now.
A 7th Region Championship on the line here tonight as we are live at Valley High School inside J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium for the 30-2 St. X Tigers set to do battle with the 17-14 Trinity Shamrocks. Hello and welcome here into Valley High School. Justin Kalin, Coach Mark Evans here with you, and Coach, getting excited for a fun ball game here tonight. The energy already pretty high in this building. Should be a fun one.
Well, the energy started about an hour before when all the students walked in the door. You can't even hear yourself talk at this point in time, and I can't wait to see what's going to be a game tip. Yeah, we have a great game in front of us. We have the St. X Tigers has had another great season, another 30-win season. But you know what they haven't been able to capture, though, is that opportunity to play at Rupp Arena. So tonight, that's on the line, and Trinity's been there and done that and did that last year. So we'll have to see. It's a rivalry, and anything can happen.
Yep, St. X looking for their first trip to Rupp since 1995. They'll have their opportunity here in this one as we'll go ahead and slide away for a break. Speaking of St. X, I got a chance to catch up with St. X head coach Kevin Klein prior to this one here this evening. You'll hear that conversation next as we continue to get you set for your Louisville basketball game night right here on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Blunt Dental Group is a high-quality, family-owned dental practice. We are committed to educating our patients, as well as investing in the latest technology to provide more efficient dental care. Our team of licensed dentists and hygienists includes 2010 male high graduate Tyler Blunt, located in the heart of Linden at 8013 New LaGrange Road, Suite 6. For an appointment, call 502-425-7068 or go online at bluntdentalgroup.com. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles.
Innovation is what allowed us to reach for the stars. And now, to reach for the ignition without changing your oil for what feels like forever. Introducing Oil Guard, a Ferris exclusive. This innovative Vanguard oil system lets you go 5 times longer between oil changes. Along with Ferris's patented suspension system, you'll cut faster, mow longer, and reduce maintenance.
.1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com. Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit OperationParent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 male high graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit online at polorealestategroup.com.
Back here at Valley High School, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, as we continue to get you set for the 7th Region Championship here this evening between rivals St. X Tigers and the Trinity Shamrocks. Justin Kalen now joined by head coach Kevin Klein of the St. X Tigers. Coach, you were a player on the last St. X team to advance to Rupp Arena. What does that mean for you? How are you using that as extra motivation? How's that all going in your mind?
I've not mentioned a word about it. It's good and bad. I can tell you for me individually, it was an experience of a lifetime, and I still remember hitting that court at Rupp Arena and beating the #1 team in the state on the opening round in Greenwood High School with Damian Fishback, who was just a Mr. Basketball, SEC level player. But it's also bad because it's been 30 years. And, as a coach, my job is to help these kids create memories that they will have for a lifetime. And this season has been super special. I mean, we're coming in 30-2, undefeated in the state, just having a very successful year on and off the court. These guys have won the KOB, LIT back-to-back, district champions back-to-back, and their sight has always been on what's next. So as much success as we've had, these guys have never been complacent. We have not had to coach that out of them. It's always about that windshield of what's next, and these guys are chomping at the bit. We've had a great week of prep with practice, 2 regional games leading into this game tonight. So I'm just excited and blessed to be their coach and have an opportunity to go to battle with them one more night in a regional championship against your arch rival in a great, great high school atmosphere.
Yeah, this is a Trinity team you all have taken care of twice already this season. How does that factor in? Has it been hard to keep your guys grounded, or are they aware that how huge this game is and how hard it is to beat a team 3 times?
We beat Ballard 3 times on Friday night, and I got so much respect for Coach Willis and their program. And, those first 2 games we played were really tough. Our guys came at another level on Friday night, and our big challenge is that Trinity has not seen our best yet. So we're just continuing to focus on this process of being us and being who we are and what we've done to have the season we've had that has allowed us to get to this point tonight. So we never mention about what our record is against them this year, last year, whatever it may be. It's all about this moment tonight, doing what we do really well at a high level and having fun doing it, because all that work these kids have put in since that regional semifinal loss last year, it's inspiring what these kids do day in and day out. And they're better kids, they're better young men than they are basketball players. And it's a coach's dream to have a talented group that cares for the guy next to them as much as they care for themselves. And that's from our parents, families, and these players. And it's just a special, special group, and we don't want this season to end.
All right, Coach. Well, I don't know if you hear the crowd out there, but it's going to be a fun atmosphere. Best of luck tonight getting it done.
Appreciate you being here. Go Tigers.
All right, that was Coach Klein of St. X. We'll be back on the other side with your inside look as we continue to get you set for Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You cannot depend on Carl to make peace with his seatbelt.
Today.
Or on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup?
Or on Stephanie's perfect parking spot to stay perfect. But you can depend on their car starting because they have Interstate batteries. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
The one way a good person goes to prison is to hurt or kill someone while driving drunk. Why would you throw your life away? John and I are asking you, please don't drink and drive.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Blind direct, not just blinds. Blind direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
Here inside J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium on the campus of Valley High School. Justin Kalin, Coach Mark Evans back here with you. And we've got to bring you your inside look. An inside look to tonight's game is presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor? At Blinds Direct, they offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly supporting Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for more. And, Coach, let's go ahead and start with the visiting St. X Tigers. The inside look on them.
Got you, Justin. Probably St. X is all about pushing the pace. So tonight should not be any different. They need to look to push that pace. Other thing is, they like to press and mix their defenses. They create a lot of turnovers. They need to win the points off turnovers tonight by a wide margin. Also, crushing those offensive boards. They need to basically put Trinity in a situation where they can't run because they're too worried about rebounding and, keeping those last-second shots to a minimum.
How about for the 17-14 Trinity Shamrocks, their inside look?
Well, I talked to the coach's dad before the game, and I said, what about slowing them down? Is that something you might do? And he said, well, we're not really looking to run clock, but I think they're going to have to dictate the pace. I think they are going to have to slow it down a little bit because in the end it will get their legs with the depth that this St. X team has. Second thing, have execute an attack on offense. I think that's going to be really a key to be very sharp on their offensive end and make St. X really work on the defensive end. The other thing I think they must do is limit number 11, Chance Dillingham's touches. The last couple games out, he's torched the teams he's played against. He's hitting the three, but the last time they played, he got to the free throw line, multiple times and really won the game at the free throw line against Trinity. So they're going to have to do that. And then the other thing is limit their turnovers because they can't give easy opportunities to these St. X Tigers.
There you go. There's your inside look for this one as we get set for the 7th Region Championship here tonight at Valley. This broadcast is authorized by Valley High School and the 7th Region with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Coach got a chance to catch up with Trinity head coach Brett Saxton prior to this game here this evening. You'll hear that conversation next right here on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blind direct, not just blinds.
You cannot depend on Carl to make peace with his SIPO.
Today.
Or on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup?
Or on Stephanie's perfect parking spot to stay perfect. But you can depend on their car starting because they have Interstate batteries. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville. You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
Mark Evans here with Brett Saxton, the head coach of the Trinity Shamrocks. And Coach, your dad and I go way back, and it was great to actually officially meet you. You've done a fantastic job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
As far as tonight goes, though, it's your rival, and last year you led the team under different kinds of circumstances to a region championship. Do you think that gives you any advantage going into tonight's game?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point, and it's certainly something that I think it does help with preparation. But I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a few of these now, and all of them are so different, just in terms of your personnel and your who are you playing. So I do think it helps from our standpoint, from a preparation. But then again, this team is so different from the other teams that really it's kind of a year-by-year thing for that.
Totally understand. But that being said, myself being in this situation several times way back when, everybody has different ways of handling this. How do you handle the nerve part of it?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And same for the guys in the locker room. I think preparation is a big part of that. And I think confidence comes from preparation. And so our job as a coaching staff is to try to make sure that, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, a lot of emotion, obviously the 7th region title at stake. So our job as a staff is to really try to slow the game down and make sure that our guys understand that we need to execute and that we need to focus, and there needs to be a great attention to detail. So if we can relay those messages to our guys, I think that helps settle their nerves when they understand kind of how the preparation and what goes into it.
And therefore settle your nerves too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. As far as this team you're getting ready to run up against, they had a fantastic season last year till it ended. They didn't get there. And they're on that same great season run, but it's just regular season. But as far as that goes, what probably concerns you most about their strengths as a team?
Yeah, well, I think the word you just used, they're physically strong, and just their physicality jumps off the screen. When you watch them play, you can tell that they've got a bunch of upperclassmen. Consistency is another thing. They returned most of the team from last year. And so you can tell, they're a close-knit group, they're physical, they're fast, and they're really skilled. And so, when you put all of that together, you have the kind of season that they've had. You've a lot of success far and away, the earned number one team in the state. So it's going to be a great challenge for us tonight.
Well, Brett, in the next few minutes, and I'm probably holding you up just a little bit, you'll have your last little conversation with your team. What will your pregame message be before you hit the court for this big game tonight?
Yeah, soak it in, embrace it. It's like I told the guys before we left to come here. When you're little playing in the living room, these are the games that you envision being a part of. Your rival, 7th Region Championship on the line. So take a moment in warm-ups and take a minute and embrace it and take it all in. And then once you get past that, lock in and focus on your job and what that job is. And if we'll all do our jobs tonight, one possession, one play at a time, I think that, we'll be right there at the end, and that's the goal.
Well, Brett, best of luck, and great meeting you, and it was a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Good luck. Back to Glycod in just a moment.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
And back here, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, a wild J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium on the campus of Valley High School. Justin Cale and Coach Mark Evans back here with you as we continue your pregame for the 7th Region Championship here this evening. And, Coach, we've got to bring starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries. They're outrageously dependable. Let's first start for the Tigers of St. X. Pretty standard starting lineup that we've seen all season long from them. Number 4, Chief Cameron, a 5'10 junior. Number 11, Chance Dillingham, Graham, a 5'10 senior, putting up 14 points a game and all 7th region selection. Number 13, Graham Kraisman, a 6'6 senior, putting up 8 points, 5 rebounds a game. Number 23, Jeremiah Jackson, a 6'5 junior. He was the 7th region player of the year, scoring 14.6 points a game. And number 35, Will Hankey, a 6'4 senior, scoring just under 10 points a contest and 5 rebounds as well. By the way, Coach, Will Hankey, number 1 in the state at 78% field goal percentage. So pretty good starting lineup there for St. X.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Justin. When I look at it, what jumps out to me is the experience they have. You know, the experience is great. They had a great season last year, having a great season this year. That will go a long way. But it's not just experience. They have Division I talent on this team, and a lot of it.
Yep, same could be said for Trinity on their side of things. They're going to trot out number 0, Julius Edmonds, a 6'7 senior, the number 7 ranked player in the state of Kentucky. Number 1, Lance Chandler, he is a 5'10 senior. Number 2, Garrison Gilvin, a 6'2 sophomore. Number 5, Xavier Cosby, a 6'1 junior. And number 11, a 6'5 junior, Jaden Johnson. He leads the team with 15 points a game, 7 rebounds as well. Another all 7th region selection, Coach.
Well, absolutely. You know, when I look at Trinity, I'd say throw out the record. Half the season, definitely the very first part of the season, they were out with major starters. They had one injury after another. Since then, they've been tearing it up. Yep. So I think tonight, throw out the records and get ready for a great one.
It should be fun as we're almost set for action. We're just about time for our national anthem as they're getting ready to announce that. So we'll step aside for a break here. We'll come back on the other side. We'll rehash those starting lineups for you, get you some series information between these two teams, and then we'll be set for our tip-off. Stick with us for that. Your 7th region championship kicks off. Well, you want us to keep it here, Todd? All right, let's keep it here for a little minute. They're going to announce the rosters first, so we'll keep it here. But, Coach, we're expecting a good one. St. X, 26 district champions. Trinity, of course, 27th district champions. When we look at the scoring for these teams, St. X, number 1 in state, 80.9 points per game, only allowing 55.8. Trinity, 61.5 points per game scoring, and they're only allowing 56.2. So, difference in styles.
Absolutely. Something's going to have to give. I know that Trinity prides itself on a great half-court man-to-man. They will be tested tonight. The last time they played at Bellarmine, it went overtime, and then St. X ended up winning by 10. So, once again, I think the defense is going to have a big part of it, and I also think the tempo is going to have a big part of it. You know, if X can get their tempo, then I think Trinity's going to have a hard time. If Trinity can keep it slow, not slow, but just in reason, I think it gives them an advantage, but we'll see.
St. X has 17 region championships. Trinity with just 7 in their school history. Does that play into a factor into this one or not?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, like the coaches will tell you, every year is a different year. Turn the page and start again. You're fortunate when you can have older teams in these positions, but both of them do tonight. Both of them have junior, senior teams, with the exception of Garrison Gilvin on Trinity being a sophomore, but he plays like a senior.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This should be a fun one. As one couple more stats for you. St. X looking for their first region champion since 1995. First appearance in the Rupp Arena, or first appearance in this game since 2016. That was hard to believe when I read that.
Well, you know, they've just recently really turned the corner with Coach Klein, and they've been just a power the last few years. So, you know, I look for that to continue, and I look for things to even up and them to get back multiple times in the next several years, as well as Trinity and some of these other 7th region teams. We have some great ones in this 7th region.
Yeah, no doubt about it, as this is going to be a fun one as they're continuing to announce. As we'll go ahead and break here. We'll come back on the other side. Hopefully we're through our national anthem and we can get set for tip-off so we get you set for your 7th region championship here this evening on Glycod.
Number 3.
Check it.
Ooh. Oh, no.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From Glycon, it's UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night. UA Local 502, they do it right the first time. Tonight's game is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. The Army National Guard, where the next greatest generation is now. German American Bank, building our community together. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now courtside for all the action from Glycon on UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. Have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
Back here, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium on the campus of Valley High School as we have wrapped up our national anthem. Justin Kalin, Coach Mark Evans back here alongside you as we get set for your 7th region championship here this evening. 30-2 St. X, 17-14 Trinity Shamrocks. But, Coach, like you said, when it's rivalry like this getting together, throw out the records.
Oh, yeah. Being from the Catholic school system, I totally get it. Honestly, Justin, that gave me cold chills. We had both bodies singing the national anthem.
That was cool.
And to be quite honest, they did a little bit better rendition than the person doing it on the sound system.
As St. X will trot out in their golden uniforms, Trinity in their white uniforms as the Shamrocks home team here in this one. And this place is jumping. Huge student section for both of these schools here in attendance. The St. X student section has spilled into the upper level, and there is the tip, and it will be St. X basketball.
Yeah, I think you're going to see you're going to see Trinity play their man-to-man.
Good look right off the jump for Kraisman. Now batted around, Hankey tracks it down.
Yeah, that's going to be a key. This Trinity Shamrock team's going to have to keep them off of the offensive boards. So far, they've given up 2 offensive rebounds, which is not going to fare well if that continues to happen for the Trinity Shamrocks.
Here is Jeremiah Jackson in possession of the basketball, the team's leading scorer. And as I mentioned, the 7th region player of the year.
Yeah, giving a little bit of extra help on Dillingham. Right now they're face guarding him, or at least shading him. They don't want them to touch the ball tonight. I don't blame them.
Yeah, it was a lot of Chief Cameron handling the possession there for St. X, and it results in a turnover as Trinity will get their first crack at things as we played a minute into this first quarter.
Yeah, I really do think the pressure is really out there on St. X tonight. I mean, they've had such a season. But like we talked to Coach, they all handle things in different ways, and they have to be confident with their season, but still a lot of pressure.
St. X has not lost to an opponent from the state of Kentucky as Dillingham gets his shot up and in.
Yeah, I'd say that was barely. That almost was a block. Matter of fact, I think he touched it, but it still went in for the Tigers.
Better to be lucky than good, they say sometimes, Coach.
Absolutely. You got man-to-man. They play it well. St. X Tigers been playing great man-to-man all year long. They created a lot of turnovers because their hands are always up and active, and they play great weak side help.
Jaden Johnson losing possession of that one as Dillingham going to fire the three, and he gets it. And we get a foul call as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. The last 3 games, Dillingham has been hot. And no better time than now, but he's been torching teams. He's had 4, 5, 6 threes in the last 3 ball games he's played. Last time he played against this team, he went to the free throw line and shot a phenomenal number of free throws to take out the Trinity Shamrocks. Can't let him touch the ball. I really believe that.
Dillingham's knocked down 83s this season. That's number 81 as he looks to convert the 4-point play and does. So he's got all 6 now for St. X.
St. X picking up man-to-man full, not looking to trap, just looking to be there, falling back in their defense. They'll tend to switch. They don't switch if they don't have to, just went over a screen.
There's Chandler driving in, floats it up, and he draws some contact.
Yeah, Chandler has an excellent first step. He's a senior. He knows the game. He can step out and hit the three at almost 40%, or he can get it to the rim, as you saw right there, get the foul.
And he's confident playing against this St. X team. He had a season-high 13 against the Tigers in the LIT. As now he steps to the free throw line where he knocks down the first.
Yeah, definitely a player. Shoots 79% from the free throw line, and that's always good to have up there. And that's a good way to see the ball go through the basket for the next play.
It's now Chandler, one more here, and gets that one to fall as well.
Yeah, definitely money. Trinity dropping back in their defense, matching up. St. X not pushing it yet, but in time they will push it.
As here's Hankey with it, right in front of that Trinity student section.
Yeah, Hankey's an excellent passer.
Yeah, he is.
He really does a good job. He's got all the post moves in the world. He's cagey, he's smart, but he can also pass the ball. And when you got good outside shooters, inside out is the name of the game to knock down threes.
Here's Chief Cameron with it. Looks to drive in. Nice turnaround there, but can't get the shot to fall. And now trying to track down his own rebound, but the Shamrocks will pull it out of there.
Yeah, big rebound for the Shamrocks. They got to get them in and out with only one shot. Talking about not allowing Tigers to get multiple shots each time down. That's going to be really important tonight.
There's Lance Chandler in possession as he'll try the pull up. Rebounded by Hankey.
Looked like a good shot. He's using pretty much money from that 15-footer. Probably a little excited to start off the ballgame.
And Jeremiah Jackson going to get a three to fall. He's hit a ton of them this year as he adds another one to the ledger.
Only 41%. I'd say that's pretty daggone good. I don't think I'd give him open looks, but it's hard to guard everybody out there on the court when they move the ball so well.
Especially with Jackson with that size he's got, 6'5". Hard to get a hand in his face as Dillingham will try another one. Rebounded by Hankey, out to Jackson. He'll try again. Yep.
I'd say it's about timeout time for the Trinity Shamrocks. They can't let this game go out too far.
And that is exactly what's going to happen as we'll get one here. With 4:14 remaining here in this first period, we'll step aside for one as well. Stick with us. More Louisville basketball game night action coming up on Glycod.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. Have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
And a dream start for St. X here in this 7th Region Championship as they lead 12-2 over the Trinity Shamrocks. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans back here alongside you. And, Coach, it couldn't draw it up any better for St. X and Coach Clyde.
Yeah, no, quick starts when you're the favorite is the way to go, and that's what they've gotten. And it doesn't hurt that your two best three-point shooters got looks, and both of them knocked them down early, and that's Dillingham and Jackson.
I've already hit 3 threes in this contest, and one by Dillingham, resulting in a 4-point play, is now Trinity looking to answer, and that's the guy they want shooting. That was Jaden Johnson, who leads the team in scoring, and now Cameron loses it on his pursuit to the bucket, but last touched by the Rocks.
Well, yeah, Jaden's an excellent shooter. That was smooth as could be, and he didn't even get rim. For Trinity's sake, they need to start knocking down a few and feeling a little bit better.
And Jackson going to get another one to fall. He's got 8 points already here in this first quarter.
Well, Coach Forrest always talks about games of runs. St. X couldn't ask for a better game of a run right now with this big run. Trinity's got to weather the storm and got to get something going here soon.
And that was Johnson again trying to get the three. He's a really good three-point shooter. Has knocked in 52 of them this year, but that one comes up short. And, Coach, every shot so far for Johnson has been short.
Well, I think the thing that Trinity's going to have to do is settle. They're going to have to settle, move the ball, and get a couple good shots and really good looks. The tendency is to try to match the way that St. X is shooting right now, and that's hard to do.
And Dillingham misses a wide-open shot. Fortunate there for Trinity, but it is knocked out of play off them, so it'll stay here with St. X as Brandon Days comes onto the floor, the 6-foot sophomore.
But once again, too many possessions for these Tigers of St. X. We're on our third possession under the basket right now.
Rocco Pfeiffer, number 4, and number 10, Josiah Lawson. Both seniors check in for Trinity during that last stoppage. As Jackson thought about another three, instead going to step inside the arc and able to track down the rebound. Now with Dillingham. And he gets raked across the face, no call. Love him, letting him play.
Yeah, once again, 10th, 11th officials, I know I'm a broken record, but they do a tremendous job. They're the right crew for a game like this in an environment like this.
Speaking of tremendous job, great drive there by Rocco Pfeiffer, who gets that deficit back to 10.
Yeah, came right in the game and made his presence known without a doubt. That's definitely a senior for you. That's a big pickup for this team.
Dillingham sends it over for Brandon Days.
X is a little patient right now. They're probably, I'm sure Coach has got a call play on this. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, you don't see them take this long on an offensive possession too often.
No, I think they want a little tighter guard by the Shamrocks, and I think then they'll start running. But you're up 14-4 with 1:34 to go in this first quarter. You'll be okay going in 10 up.
Days in for Hankey. Hankey trying to spin past his man, and he gets fouled, so a pair of free throws upcoming for him.
Yeah, Hankey's got fantastic footwork around the basket. He can pivot over either shoulder, he can use either foot, and he can use either hand. He can also show step three, he can also make 15-footers and threes. He's the all-around player. Plus on the defensive end, he's a force.
As Hankey toes the line here. 6'4" senior, as I mentioned, 78% from the field on the season.
50% from the three-point line.
Yeah.
Now he only taken 12, but he's awful efficient in what he's done and when he's done it, and they've been trail threes. Most of the time the trail out of the break is when he knocks them down.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it, they say, right?
No, absolutely not. He knows his role, he plays it well, and he, once again, as we spoke earlier, he's an excellent passer by a post.
And Hankey will get both free throws to fall. Pretty looking shots there. As St. X takes a 16-4 lead now. Bryce Johnson coming onto the floor for St. X, as does Connor Klein.
Here comes the pressure. They're going to start picking that up a little bit. It's just man pressure, but they're going to work that handler from the get-go, make him go end to end and work.
Into the hands of Jaden Johnson. Up top, Pfeiffer thought about a three, instead sends it over for Lawson.
Yeah, Pfeiffer's a good shooter. I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger, but they probably talked about having a little bit more patience.
Lawson with a good drive but misses, and Pfeiffer clears the board. Now Jaden Johnson with the three leaves it short again, and rebounded by Jeremiah Jackson.
Yeah, it looked like Pfeiffer lost his footing. Looked like he slipped a little bit, threw himself off. Other than that, I think he would have got the ball to the rim and had an opportunity.
40 seconds to play here in this first quarter. All Tigers thus far as Dazel floated up, leaves it short. And now out of bounds, last touched by St. X.
Well, Justin, one thing I like about what these Tigers are doing is they're attacking the basket. You know, they have the big lead, and a lot of times it's easy to settle for threes and just come down and, you know, just kind of lose your concentration. But they're not. They're going right at Trinity every time, forcing Trinity to defend. I think that's smart.
In the corner, Pfeiffer. Rebounded by Lawson, as he'll go back up with it, and he can't connect. As Jackson another board, down to 10 seconds. Connor Klein, he can shoot, but he leaves that one short.
Yes, he can. Connor's really good on that left wing, especially out of transition.
Pfeiffer, that would have been huge if it had fallen, but it will not. And that brings us to the end of our first quarter. St. X 16, Trinity 4 up on our scoreboard. We'll step aside for a break here. Come back on the other side. We'll bring you that second quarter of action. Stick with us for that. Your 7th Region Championship rolls on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
16-4, St. X leading as we get set to start our second quarter of action. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans back here alongside you. And, Coach, it was a great start for St. X as they really were able to control the majority of that first quarter.
Well, the poor Shamrocks had a lid on the basket. They're 1 of 12 and 2 of 2 from the free throw line, whereas your St. X Tigers are 5 of 16, 2 of 5 from the three. So 3 of 3 from the free throw line. So it's all Tigers right now.
Is it a product of Trinity just missing shots, or would you credit the St. X defense thus far?
I think it's a combination, but, be honest, Trinity's had some great looks on their outside shots. They got the corner shooters. They're wide open, but they got to knock them down, and they're not doing it. So, it's always a little bit of both.
Avery Frazier with a steal here, and now that's going to be another bucket, this time knocked in by Rocco Pfeiffer. He's got 4 of the Trinity 6.
Yeah, he's made a great impact since entering the ballgame just a few minutes ago. He's already got 4 points, and they need every point they can get at this point in time.
Connor Klein, the 3. Misses again. That's a pair of good looks, though, for Klein, the son of head coach Kevin Klein. And now a near takeaway there by Brandon Days, but he's going to be called for the foul. Coach Klein wants a jump ball, but he's not going to get the call.
No, he reached in there. He missed it the first time. I thought he had a clean tie-up, but he missed it and came back the second time, and I think rightfully so. It was a foul call across the arms of Josiah Lawson, my fault. Josiah got that ball.
Here is Frazier in possession with it, over for Johnson. Coach Saxton looking for some shots to start falling from his team. Has Lawson with a good look here, and that one he'll splash home.
Lawson. Yeah, it looked like Trinity the last two possessions settled in a little bit. Now let's see if they can get stops and not give up second and third shots by this Tiger team.
By the way, Trinity has the number of St. X in the playoffs, 7-3 in their 10 meetings since 1998. As that's going to be a turnover there for the Tigers.
Yeah, Trinity last 10 years have had some powerhouse teams without a doubt. St. X has really started that run the last couple years of really having a powerhouse team.
St. X with a pair of wins over Trinity earlier this year, 68-44, and then 77-67 in an overtime game. Always tough to try to beat a team for a third time, but they're off to a good start here in this one, leading by 8.
Well, if you're going to do it, the best way to do it is get out ahead and kind of put doubt in that team that you've already beaten twice. Put that in their heads going into it and say, man, I don't know, we got to do it again, or try to come back. So I think sometimes, that's a big start, though, like for the Tigers.
And Jaden Johnson, he gets all the way to the bucket for the finish.
Yeah, 3 of 3, from the Trinity Shamrocks coming out to the second quarter. It's only a 6-point game. For all that work the Tigers did to start the first few minutes, it's kind of gone away, it's kind of calmed down.
They had a 12-point lead in that first quarter as Chief Cameron will come back with the bucket.
Yeah, that was a little bit too easy. Great north-south move, quick switch, quick left hand, straight to the hole, and no help whatsoever in the backside.
Lawson in possession here, kicks it over to Frazier.
They're running off the double screens. That's good ball reversal by Trinity.
They were trying to feed Jaden Johnson down low as it was knocked away.
And for Trinity, number 2, Gilvin.
We'll see what they have in store for this inbound. Some teams try to get something out of it, usually a 3, maybe a 2 on the opposite block. Some teams just try to get the ball in bounds. I'm for trying to score out of it.
As the inbound here up top into the hands of Garrison Gilvin, who's back on the floor, the sophomore driving in.
Yeah, he's a good sophomore. I've seen him play multiple times this year.
And Frazier is going to be fouled inside the lane. St. X students wanted a traveling violation, but they're not going to get it.
St. X is a little bit laid back in their man-to-man right now. I wouldn't say it's passive, but it's more of a laid-back man. I look for him to run and jump and take some chances as the game goes on. I think they'll try to pick the pace up that way.
Inbound here for Edmonds. Not a bad decision with that height he's got. As now trying to drive baseline here was Lawson, and we're going to get another foul. This one's going to go against Cameron.
But Justin, I think you have to credit these Rocks. They've weathered the storm, and they seem to have calmed down. And now they have great, we talked about execution on offense was going to be a big key to this game. And they're doing that now. Reverse the ball to the corner, get the corner drive, get the corner shot. Doing a great job.
That was the second foul of the game on Chief Cameron, by the way. Has a big-time rebound there by St. X, quickly advancing it up the floor. And now they'll slow it down as Jeremiah Jackson has it.
Trinity still working their good man-to-man.
And he steps into one and misses. St. X has cooled down here to begin this second quarter.
Yes, they have, and Trinity has calmed down. They seem more settled and more in rhythm on their shots. Good ball movement, good ball reversal, coming off a high screen, but a turnover nearly, and a turnover.
As here comes Days with it. He'll attack the bucket and leave it short, but Will Hankey there for the stick back.
You got to get a body on those people on those fast breaks like that. You can't run under the basket. You got to pull up a little short, get a body out there so you don't get that second shot put back.
St. X back on top by 10 now as Frazier trying to get inside as he gets fouled. Nearly got that shot to go, but he's going to go to the free throw line.
Frazier appears to be slight and build, but looked pretty strong on that move. He had to go through a couple arms. Last time down the court, Gilvin got himself in a little bit of trouble and turned it over. They have to keep the ball tight. The ball's getting a little bit loose on him, and man, if you get St. X on the roll on runouts, it's bad news.
That foul going against Will Hankey as Frazier misses the first free throw. But look at the fouls up there on that scoreboard, Coach. We've got 3:58 left in this second quarter. St. X with 4, Trinity with nothing.
Well, credit Trinity. They're playing. Well, honestly, St. X is settling for jump shots right now, so that's helping Trinity on the defensive end. And on the offensive end for Trinity, they're reversing the ball and attacking, and it's giving them the opportunity to get to the free throw line, which is a good way to play, especially against the St. X team.
Frazier goes just 1 of 2 on this trip, however, as the Rocks back within 9. Hankey on top now with Kraisman.
Got an overload and a high screen for the shot for Dillingham.
And he gets fouled, so back to the free throw line he goes. Second time here in this game, he's been fouled on a 3.
Yeah, that's an excellent call by Coach Klan out of the break or out of the sideline coming down. They knew what they were doing. They wanted to get Dillingham off. He's been too dang on hot not to see the ball these last 3 or 4 times down the court.
Josiah Lawson gets pegged for that foul as Dillingham stepping to the stripe for 3. Got the first.
Yeah, that's a hurter for this Trinity Shamrock team. You know, give 3 free shots after fighting their way back somewhat.
And Dillingham again knocks it through. One more try here to get that St. X lead back up to 12.
Yeah, Dillingham's 77% free throw shooter. He's pretty much money. I jinxed him that time, though. I'd already had it written down.
It never fails. It never fails. As Dillingham now up to 8 points for the game. St. X's lead back up to 11 here.
Quality man-to-man. You got Hankey sagging a little bit off to help out the drive. He's sagging off his player, playing more in the paint.
Edmonds trying to take it to Kraisman and Will. Good drive there by Julius.
Yeah, excellent job of using the rim to keep the defense off of you. Good reversal.
Finally, that sun that's off to our right looks like it's setting behind the trees. Debated breaking out the sunglasses there for the last quarter and a half. As Jackson out top Hankey. Now with Brandon Days.
So Justin, think about it, what it used to be before they had shades.
That's true. As Days now all the way to the bucket and misses, but Hankey another offensive rebound, but he can't finish, and he can't corral another board. Now Johnson with a full head of steam plows right into the St. X defender, and we're going to get a charge call here. Good job getting back by Dillingham and getting those feet set.
Yeah, I think you said it, Justin. Excellent transition defense by the St. X Tigers that time. You know, a lot of times with Hankey having second shots and opportunities, tendency is to stand and watch on your offensive end. Not St. X, they're disciplined. They got back and they made a great play.
Tell you what, Coach, Dillingham just has a look on his face here tonight like losing is not an option for him.
Well, he's had that look on the last several games of this regional tournament. He's been spectacular in every single game.
One of these St. X seniors doesn't want that career to come to an end as Jackson on the missed shot and then knocked out of play by the Tigers.
You know, Trinity, the Shamrocks are doing a nice job inside so far, you know, keeping these, you know, stud inside players from finishing easily. They're at least, you know, bodying up and making their shots a little bit more difficult.
Lawson misses again. And Jackson going to pick up the rebound. Quick outlet up for Days. Now Days out to Dillingham. Jackson got another one.
Jackson.
That's now 11 for Jeremiah Jackson, and the Tigers back on top by 12.
Yeah, I thought Lawson did a great job of getting back and stopping the action, but it didn't matter.
And Pfeiffer with another bucket through. That's his 6th point of the game.
Yeah, can't trade baskets if the Shamrocks. Almost half here. They need to get some stops and get some scores so they can get this into single digits.
How about that pass by Jeremiah Jackson, which ultimately got the basketball up top for Dillingham, who splashes home another.
I just would have a hard time letting Dillingham ever see the basketball. He's just been too hot. I wouldn't take my chances. I'd chase him.
Well, he did a great job at the beginning of the game keeping the ball out of his hands, but St. X has done a masterful job finding him on the offensive side. As here's Kraisman with a tray, and he comes up empty. St. X students were ready to explode if that one fell through.
Got a big play right here by these Trinity Shamrocks coming off the high screen, working it. Good take to the hole.
And Lawson gets his shot blocked away by Kraisman. Now with Edmonds, who gets it back to Lawson. Into the corner, driving baseline, and this time up and in by Lance Chandler.
Go by Chandler.
Yeah, much needed basket, Justin, by these Shamrocks. They needed that one. They need another stop and another basket. I'd say they're probably going to hold for one, would be my guess.
I would guess so.
With all this experience on the court and Coach Klein, they're going to run it down to about 8 seconds.
That was gutsy there by Dillingham. He was in that corner, looked back at Coach Klein, the defender right in front of him. I don't know if that's a decision I would have made, but
he might have been baiting him and setting him up to blow by him. You never know.
Yeah. And Dillingham will try the heave at the buzzer as we're going to get another look for, I believe that was Will Hankey who got it up off the rim. And that'll bring us to the end of our first half of play. I believe,
I think we have a foul, Justin.
They called a foul? Well, we had no shot of hearing that. I'll be the first to tell you.
It may be Hankey.
It is Hankey, and that's going to send Trinity to the free throw line.
Yeah, Hankey climbed the back trying to get that rebound off of that Dillingham miss, and they picked it up. Big two, any two right now for Trinity Shamrocks is big two.
It's going to be Garrison Gilvin stepping to the free throw line, the sophomore.
Yeah, 71% free throw shooter. He can sure help his team going in. Need to go in on a positive. He could cut it under double digits.
Gilvin, that first one was smooth.
Yes, it was. He's got a smooth outside shot, too. 41% from the three.
See if he can knock down the second here. They do put .3 back up on the clock as Gilvin does get them both. And St. X just going to inbound it, and that will bring us to the halftime break here. St. X 28, Trinity 19 up on our scoreboard. An entertaining first half of action as St. X utilizing a fast start to gain a 9-point lead here at the halftime break. We'll break it all down for you on the other side. Stick with us. You're watching your 7th Region Championship here tonight on Glycon.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pit masters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up. How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
And back here, Valley High School, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, as we are smack dab in the middle of our halftime break here this evening. 28-19, St. X leading up on the scoreboard. Justin Kalin, Coach Mark Evans back here alongside you. By the way, tonight's scoreboard is presented by Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you. 7508 Preston Highway. You can give them a call at 502-968-5657. And, Coach, a pretty entertaining first half of play there. St. X jumped out on top, but Trinity doing a nice job of finding their offense and climbing back in this game as they trail by 9.
Well, Trinity did that just in time, Justin. You know, St. X being the favorites, and I feel like the pressure was really on St. X. Jumping out to a 16-4 first quarter lead was big. But, you know, you have to give the Shamrocks credit. They were able to battle back. It was a 15-12 their way. Second quarter, not enough to even it, but at least enough to feel like they can move on and have a good second half and pull this out.
Yeah, they trailed by 9 earlier in this season against the St. X team, was able to claw back in front before ultimately losing that game. So it's definitely a deficit that is not too large for Trinity. As we'll step aside for a break here, we'll come back on the other side and we'll break it all down in terms of your first half statistics. Stick with us for that. You're watching your 7th Region Championship here this evening on Glycod.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. Have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
You cannot depend on Carl to make peace with his seatbelt. Or on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup?
Or on Stephanie's perfect parking spot to stay perfect. But you can depend on their car starting because they have Interstate batteries. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Innovation is what allowed us to reach for the stars. And now, to reach for the ignition without changing your oil for what feels like forever. Introducing Oil Guard, a Ferris exclusive. This innovative Vanguard oil system lets you go 5 times longer between oil changes. Along with Ferris's patented suspension system, you'll cut faster, mow longer, and reduce maintenance.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
Back here, Valley High School J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, as we have got just under a minute left here in our halftime break, but we've got to bring you your first half statistics. Tonight's halftime stats are brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. First for the individual scoring for St. X, Chance Dillingham, Jeremiah Jackson, both 11 points. Will Hankey with 4, 2 points for Chief Cameron for Trinity. 6 points in that first half for Rocco Pfeiffer, 4 for Lance Chandler, 2 points for Julius Edmonds, Garrison Gilvin, and Josiah Lawson. Jaden Johnson also with 2, and 1 point for Avery Frazier. Coach, anything stick out team statistic-wise?
Well, team statistic-wise, Justin, is a 3-point game. The St. X Tigers have 15 points off of their 5 threes, whereas the Trinity Shamrocks have had a lot of really great looks in the corners, and they haven't went down. So it's a 15-0, which is a big deal. The only surprise out here is points off the bench is St. X doesn't have any points off the bench, usually very deep. Trinity has 9, but that came mainly from That came mainly from Rocco Pfeiffer is what I was trying to say.
Okay, yeah, very good half. And technically 16 points off those threes for St. X because that first one turned into a 4-point play. So, yeah, it really was the story of the half. And now we are set for the third quarter here, as it will be St. X basketball to begin the half, as Jeremiah Jackson has it in his hands. Jackson with a very good first half was able to knock in 3 of those 5 St. X threes, and down low immediately for Will Hankey, who gets it up and in.
Yeah, Justin, much like the first half, I really like this X team taking it inside, really putting a lot of pressure on that good man-to-man defense that the Shamrocks run.
And that's going to force a quick 30-second timeout with 7:38 left here in this third quarter, as we will keep it here. We'll keep it here through this timeout with St. X leading 30-19. That does give me some time to let you know, though, if you're looking for the latest updates on all things high school athletics, including continuous score updates, visit glycod.com. We really enjoy what we do and appreciate your support, especially when we get games like this here tonight, Coach.
Oh, I'll tell you what what a joy it is to be on site here tonight. And if you can't be on site, you ought to be watching on Glacon because it's a wheel of the game. This is what high school is supposed to be about. It's a full house.
Yeah.
And I do mean a full house.
Oh, yeah.
We got our area roped up, but it doesn't seem to mean anything because they walk right through it and sit right on top of us.
By the way, winner of this 7th Region Championship not only will advance to Rupp Arena, but they will take on the winner of the 6th Region Championship, which will either be J-Town or Butler. That'll be played here at Valley tomorrow night. As we've got a 30-19 ball game here.
Yeah, quick shot by the Rocks that didn't go in, and once again,
Chief Cameron on the drive that time.
Well, the St. X Tigers are just really taking it at these Shamrocks. Shamrocks are on their heels. The Tigers look like the way they started the game, other than shooting threes, they were attacking the basket and being very successful with that.
Johnson's three blocked away by Jeremiah Jackson. As Chief Cameron coming the other way with it. He'll direct traffic.
Yeah, I know their senior leadership and everything they have for St. X, but I'm really impressed by the poise and the composure by this St. X team.
And how about Will Hankey on the rebound and then finding Chief Cameron for another bucket.
Tremendous execution, following a game plan. Nobody's going off script and taking bad shots. Nothing but good shots.
Well, now the St. X fans are all going to come to their feet as Jaden Johnson misses a wide open three. Now a wide open three here will fall in for Gilvin. And they needed that one in the worst way.
They absolutely did, Justin. They need stops. Right now it's been really too easy for the Tigers.
They still lead by 12, 34-22. On the hands of Jeremiah Jackson.
Looking to set that high screen. They're in a 2-1-2 set, and they're saying, you know what? The clock's running. You're down. You better come get us. It's 34-22. So now they're attacking.
Jackson will fire the top of the key three, and he gets another one.
Yeah, just way too easy. No ball pressure, and St. X is in a great rhythm. Shooting's about great rhythm and great form. They have a great rhythm to them tonight, and it's really showing.
As Johnson going to lose it on this end as up for Dillingham. And he will go up and under, but can't finish. The offensive rebound. Now for Hankey, out Kraisman. And he comes up empty, but Chief Cameron, one of the smallest guys on the floor, pulls down the offensive rebound. Then a little helter-skelter of a possession there. As it'll stay here with St. X.
St. X, number 12, Days.
Brandon Days coming back on the floor for the Tigers. Avery Frazier and Josiah Lawson coming back on for Trinity.
Yeah, if we missed anything, we got people in front of us that are standing through it. I don't blame them. They're excited for their team, but it makes it difficult for us to see the action.
As Jackson on the step through somehow misses and rebounded by Lance Chandler.
Once again, Justin, I think Coach Klein's emphasis at halftime was let's take it at him, and make them play interior defense. And so far, it's working really well for the Tigers.
How can Trinity slow it down? Is it possible?
It's not possible if you're not making shots.
How about that? There's a made shot by Gilvin, his second here in the quarter.
Trinity has to be able to make shots to be able to get back and set their defense and try to slow this X team down. But the execution by X is just fantastic right now.
Chief Cameron settles for the long jumper there, coming up empty. Now Frazier up for Gilvin. Gilvin will try again, and he hits again.
Yeah, Gilvin's got a smooth stroke. I really like his stroke. I've watched him several times, 41% from the three. He needs to get hot tonight, and so far, that's what has to happen.
He's had 8 points, all 8 points for Trinity here in this third quarter, as they still trail by 10. Dillingham.
Trinity sticking with their straight-up man-to-man defense, but having a hard time stopping the straight line drive.
That was good D there by Josiah Lawson, though, poking that ball loose as now Gilvin will attack again, and we've got a wedgie.
Ball,
possession, St. X.
Might be my first one I've seen all season.
Correction.
Well, it's definitely not the soft rim. We know the soft rim is to our left. This is a little bit tougher rim, so that's amazing that we got your wedgie for you.
As we're going to get a timeout here. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside for one as well with 3:41 left here in this third quarter. Stick with us. We've got more Louisville basketball game night action coming up on Glycod.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Tech 24, a commercial food service repair company. Find out how you can train for a rewarding career and earn top pay and benefits by visiting mytech24.com.
Back here, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, Valley High School, the site of tonight's 7th Region Championship. Justin Kalin, Coach Mark Evans back here alongside you. And, Coach, does this at all bring you back to your coaching days, being on the sidelines, being in an atmosphere like this?
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I had a student body in a school that would go all in for all of our big games, and they were always there. So, yes, it does. It gives me cold chills. It's great memories, and, we just have a great game in front of us right now. But our Shamrocks have to pick it up a little bit to make it tight in the end.
Dillingham, sidestep three, comes up empty, but Bryce Johnson, newly in the game, offensive rebound and put back. That's his first points of the game.
Not much that St. X isn't doing right this second. They're sharp on offense, sharp on defense, active hands. Trinity's really got to hang in there and get some opportunities here soon.
And another ill-advised decision there. Well, it looks like we're going to get a foul, so maybe not an ill-advised decision by Josiah Lawson.
Well, I really believe that this Trinity Shamrock team had to attack the basket, had to spread it out, had to make St. X come out and guard and attack the gaps in order to have a chance. And I thought the free throw line might play a part. What I did know, though, was the Trinity Shamrocks just aren't hitting the threes, and that is really hampering them.
Let's see if they can knock down some free throws. That could help out a little bit as Lawson misses the first.
Taking back the game for Trinity, number 11, Jake Johnson, and for St. X, number 2, Connor Klein.
I mean, there are people packed all the way around this gym. Don't see very many open seats anymore at this point in the game.
Well, the last time I saw people packed to the seats was the last game for the seniors at U of L this past weekend. It's good to see the crowds are back.
Lawson gets that second free throw up and in. He's got 3 points now on the night. As Days crosses the timeline with it, under 3 to play here in this third.
Stops are everything for these Shamrocks.
Chief Cameron trying to turn on the Jets, and how does he get that up and in?
He's got such a great first step, and he can use either hand. That was special.
That ball had all kinds of English on it.
Yes, it did. I sometimes wonder, though, he goes with that right hand on the left side a lot. I don't see his left a whole lot, but I'm sure he has one.
As Edmonds gets it knocked away, but they're going to rule that he was fouled.
Foul number 13.
So he'll step to the stripe here as he walks over and says something to Jaden Johnson, who leads Trinity in scoring at 15 points a game, but just 2 so far here in this one. Got to get him going as well, Coach.
Absolutely. You have to get their big 3 going without a doubt. I think the St. X defense, this Tiger defense, has a lot to say about that today.
Graham Kraisman going to come over to the St. X sideline. Jeremiah Jackson back on the floor.
You really, though, Justin, your 3 or 4 stops and a decent run and a couple shot makes from being a good game.
Yeah.
But so far, X has just been able to hang, keep that lead the same, pretty much anywhere from 9 to 12.
Well, and it makes it easier when it's a team you're super familiar with, too, right? You kind of have a better idea of what you can do and how to get back into a game.
Yeah, we've changed up defense right here. We're in a 1-2-2 set, looking for maybe a trap or just a different look to try to slow this team down. I think what they're trying to do is invite shooters that might not be great shooters to shoot the ball from the outside. I think that's what Trinity's thinking.
Unfortunately for them, St. X doesn't have many of those guys.
Well, unfortunately for them, they're coming now man-to-man. St. X didn't bite, and the clock was running, so there's not much choice for Trinity. They have to come out and guard. They're behind the clock right now.
Under 2 to play as Chief Cameron will fire the 3. Too long. Bryce Johnson tried to tap that rebound back out, but was unable to do so. As now good defense in the backcourt by Brandon Days, but Gilvin able to get all the way to the bucket, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, Days might have got him, but Days definitely made his presence felt. He came in there to pick that defense up, and he did a good job of it.
The foul's number 12, Days. That's
and
his
just
second.
like the second quarter, up on that scoreboard, you got 4 Tiger fouls to Trinity's 0. So free throws the rest of the way for the Shamrocks if they're able to draw any.
Well, it's a great way to come back for the Shamrocks. Got a clock stop. Just got to make them. So far, shooting 60% or so from the line is not good enough, at this point in time. They have to step up there with poise and rhythm, knock them down, and then go back and play defense again.
Chief Cameron comes off the floor for St. X as Connor Klein back out there. Gilvin with one more here, and this one comes off as well.
Yeah, very unlike Gilvin. He's a 71% free throw shooter. He's usually a pretty cool customer. He needs to just settle, take a breath, and do his job.
Now Days brings it across the timeline. Under 90 seconds to play here in this third.
Running some basket cuts off some elbow screens and some wing screens.
Days into the corner. That 3 misses by Bryce Johnson, but is that Connor Klein down there on the offensive rebound? It was. Wow. What an effort.
Yeah, great effort by Connor. He knows the game. He saw the gap. He came from the weak side, knew where the ball was going to come off of, and was right there for it. And, once again, Trinity can't let that happen. No more second shots need to happen for St. X.
Klein gets it in for Jackson, who goes right back to Klein. Now down low, Hankey up and in.
Yeah, excellent job of drawing the defense and dumping it across to Hankey for the easy 2-footer.
Now looking to answer on the other end, but can't do so, Jaden Johnson, and now we're going to get a tie-up, and that's going to go back to St. X here.
So it goes down as a Trinity turnover. Once again, we're still at a 13-point game. We got a quarter to go. Trinity, the Rocks aren't out of it, but they're going to have to really step up here and have a change from the very beginning this next quarter.
As we've got under a minute to play here, 13-point Tigers lead, as Coach mentioned.
Picking up full, just token dropping back, just forcing a little time off the clock. All man-to-man, of course.
Days in possession here.
High screen set, looking for the roll or the kickback.
Now Days turns on the Jets all the way to the bucket, up and in, and he gets fouled. And the St. X fans around us erupt as their team leads by 15 here in the 7th Region Championship.
Yeah, it's about ready to get away. About ready to get away, Justin. I mean, like I said, today St. X looks like a machine like they have most of the year. You never know what emotion in these games are going to do to them, but so far it hasn't done anything but motivated them tonight.
Brandon Days completes the 3-point play as he's got his first points of the ball game, and St. X has their biggest lead of the night at 16.
St. X has got to get a little bit of ball movement. They can't live one-on-one.
Now a wild shot on the other end by Lawson. Looked like he was falling as he threw that one up towards the rim, and now we're down to 10 seconds left in the quarter. Here comes Days. Down to 5. Klein, 3. Leaves it short. And ball punched out of there. Gilvin's got to force it up. He will, and just long. As that'll bring us to the end of 3. St. X 46. Trinity 30 up on our scoreboard. We'll step aside for the quarter break here. Come back on the other side, and we'll get you the 4th quarter underway. Stick with us for that 7th Region Championship basketball here tonight on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
a life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
And final quarter set to get underway as it has been all St. X here in this one. 46-30 they lead here as we enter this fourth. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans back here with you. And Coach, that St. X student section off to our left going absolutely bananas.
They have a lot to cheer about, Justin. Their team just went into a fourth quarter and went 8 of 16 from the field. That's how you put teams away. And Trinity is definitely reeling. It's going to take a spectacular comeback to come out ahead for Trinity tonight.
Tigers outscoring the Rocks by 7 in that third quarter as Julius Edmonds going to start the fourth off with a trip to the free throw line.
Number 10.
Well, they'll have to do a little better at the free throw line. In that third quarter, they were 3 of 6. That's their Shamrock. You know, they're going to have to stop the clock, and they're going to have to make free throws in order to catch up, to be quite honest.
Makes it tough to come back if you're not knocking down the free ones, but Julius Edmonds hits the first one here.
Well, it makes it tough to come back when you know that your alternative is full court pressure, and that's what St. X thrives on and loves the open court. So you have to open it up to St. X's favorite thing to do in order to get back into the game. That makes it really difficult.
Edmonds hits both here, so he's got now 6 points in the game. As Sosa Friedman checks in for the first time tonight for St. X.
Yeah, the depth is definitely could be a big factor tonight. I mean, Trinity has to go with whatever they think's best on the court right now. Not much room for rest.
Well, we haven't even seen the freshman phenom, Josh Lindsay, who's been dealing with an injury the past couple of weeks. But hearing it, he's on a good track as Johnson's three comes up empty. But Connor Klein, yet another offensive rebound.
That's that smart coach's son. Knows where that rebound's coming off and makes sure he can get there.
Now Days with it up top. Days will drive in again, and he gets fouled prior to getting to the bucket. That'll be on the floor.
Lawson, that's his second. Team first.
46-32, St. X leading as they're looking to punch their first ticket to Rupp Arena since 1995. Hard to believe it's been 30 years.
Yeah, it really is. And I think right now you're seeing the hunger they had after last year's sting. I think that probably gave them a lot of motivation coming into this season to make sure that doesn't happen again. And today it looks like they're making sure that it's not going to happen again.
Last year, a complete shocker, losing to Seneca in the region round.
And then, of course, Trinity beats Seneca and then goes on and loses in the second round of the state championships to Evangel.
As now a foul as Connor Klein was advancing towards the bucket. And now a little jawing going on down there. We expect that in a heated rivalry-type game.
Yeah, but right now the bragging rights and the talk is definitely on the Tigers side, I'd have to say. I think the Tigers have quieted the Shamrocks for right now.
Klein steps to the stripe where he calmly knocks in the first one. First points of the night for Connor Klein.
Yeah, Connor's known for his three-point shooting, but you know, he has an overall good game. He can play. Excellent sub off the bench for his dad and plays a big role on this team.
As now Edmonds off for Jaden Johnson, who looks to get cooking, and he'll hit it.
Yeah. That's the Johnson I expected to see coming out of the gates. They freed him up really well that time. St. X went under the screen. You can't do that with Johnson. You got to go over the screen, or you got to be right on his tail through the screen, but you sure can't go under the screen.
As we've got to take a break here with 6:13 left, 48-35 Tigers. Join us for the conclusion coming up on Glycod.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
And back here, Valley High School, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, where the Tigers of St. X leading 48-35 over the Shamrocks of Trinity. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans back here alongside you. And, Coach, it's still a 13-point deficit, but we've still got 6 minutes, so plenty of time. Trinity just needs some shots to start falling, right? Is that simple?
Well, that's simple to a point. They need some defensive stops more than anything else. These Tigers have really done a good job of keeping their heads and attacking the inside instead of settling for jump shots. Settling for jump shots, missing jump shots can get Trinity back in the game quick, but St. X isn't allowing that. So, there's two sides of the court.
It's Chief Cameron out there with Chance Dillingham, Will Hankey, Jeremiah Jackson, and Graham Kraisman. As here is Hankey back with Cameron. Cameron will continue to drive in and score. He's had a very good game here tonight now with 10 points.
Yeah, Garrison Gilvin tried to come up and get tight on him that time, and he gave up his right hand to him, and he just went right by Garrison.
Well, and then Gilvin just did the same thing right back to Chief, but he was unable to knock down the shot.
Yeah, got in there with that tall timber and tried to change his shot, so it didn't go so well.
Number 4, Pfeiffer, that's his first.
And a foul called here on Trinity. That's on Rocco Pfeiffer, his first. As inbounded for Dillingham, knocked out of play.
A little bit of communication issues. One of the few times St. X has had that. Once again, you're down to a point now. Every single possession's everything for Trinity. They have to have stops.
And just over 5 minutes left here in this one. As Dillingham in possession here.
Yeah, they're running a spread set. They're only looking for layups right now, guaranteed. They're spreading them out, and they're going to make them come out and play on them. And they'll drive and kick till they get something they like. They're looking for a 5-second count, though, that time.
Obviously, this is also conducive to running clock at the same time, right?
That's what they are doing. They just want to stay the aggressor. You got to be real careful taking your foot off the accelerator in running the clock, because the advantage goes to the aggressor. But that time, a little bit too much playing with the basketball. They need to pass, cut, do something, because they almost had a 5-second count by holding the ball with the dribble. Same thing, just running a spread, running clock, looking for backdoor cut. They missed that one. They're no hurry. They're looking for layups.
Cameron out for Jackson, and Jackson loses it out of play. And that's just what Trinity needed with 4:20 left here in this ball game.
Well, you do, Justin, but, for the St. X Tigers, I always wonder, they've been running their offense so well. Do you vary into something like that? It's just a tough call by the coach, but you do need to work on it, so it's a good opportunity to work against live.
Johnson trying another three, comes up empty, but Edmonds on the offensive rebound, and he'll have a couple tries from the free throw line.
Fouls number 13, Kraisman, that's his third. Team second this quarter.
That one goes against Graham Kraisman. Third time tonight he's been whistled for the foul.
Yeah, we haven't heard his name a lot tonight, but he's always he's always one of the tough players that they have on this team.
Edmonds gets it up and in. Edmonds, one more try here. And he'll go 1 of 2 as Hankey clears the board.
Let's see if St. X don't go back into their standard offense. Nope, they're going to stick with their it's a delay game is basically what it is.
Cameron remains in possession here as he gets to the bucket again for the finish.
Goal by Cameron.
Yeah, looking for gaps for layups. They spread them out, look for gaps for layups. There's no help, so if they can beat their player one-on-one, they get a layup.
Now 10 points for Chief Cameron here in the second half, and a hard fall there down in the corner as it looked like Chance Dillingham and Josiah Lawson got tangled up.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. I think it was a correct call. Being on the rocks, they didn't need that call, but it was a correct call. He just pretty much ran right through him, through the Tiger player.
Well, now Trinity gonna deploy a little full court press here.
All they can do, but it's a poisonous situation to try to go full court pressure against these Tigers. I'll tell you what, they love pressure. They like you to press them. They thrive on it. And it really was only token. Rocks are falling back.
As Days gets it across. Oh, might be a little early for that from the St. X students, but to each their own.
Yeah. I don't know with this spread and this, great guards are hard to deal with at in-game situations.
Oh, like that, Coach? Oh, and Dillingham misses it. You got to convert on that.
Yeah,
that was pretty.
Like that. I mean, what they're doing is spreading isoing and, you got to get out and guard. So you're really in a bad spot. Way too far down, way too little time.
3 minutes left here in this one. As Kraisman back on the floor, he'll replace Chance Dillingham. There's a number of people headed towards the exits already. You're going to take in a game like this. Why not stick around for the celebration,
Yeah, I have no idea, except though, if you've ever been at Valley High School with a big crowd, you might not get out of the parking lot for about 2 hours.
As Gilvin knocking down that latest Trinity three. And Cameron threw that ball about 6 feet over the head of Jeremiah Jackson, so back to Trinity it goes. Still 2:38 left here in this one. Gilvin thought about another three, instead going to drop it off Edmonds. And he nearly lost his footing, and then Josiah Lawson loses it out of bounds. And we are going to get a timeout taken with 2:20 left. 52-39. We'll sneak one in ourselves. Stick with us. We've got more 7th Region Championship action coming up on Glycon.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
Back here, Valley High School, as we have got 2 minutes, 20 seconds left here in our 7th Region Championship. As it has been all St. X since pretty much the word go here in this one. They lead 52-39. Justin Galen, Mark Evans back here alongside you. As it is going to be St. X basketball coming out of the timeout. There we go. Now a full court press by Trinity.
Yeah, Justin, I'd say a little way too late. But Trinity understands that one of the strengths of St. X are guard play and beating pressure. So, it's a tough place to get into.
And Jackson going to end up with a wide open look at the bucket.
Yeah, this St. X Tiger team's been just a dream to watch tonight. They've been a machine, no doubt about it. And when you're the favorite and you go into a game, the first thing you want to do is get up. And they got up and they never looked back.
Nope. And a large part of it was due to Jeremiah Jackson just being ready to play here to start this game. 8 first quarter points. He's up to 16 now in the game. And St. X leads by 15 with under 2 to play here in this one.
And I think it's offensive discipline too, Justin. I mean, I was really, really impressed by the second quarter when St. X had the big lead. Even though they didn't even win the second quarter, they took the ball inside and kept the pressure on Trinity. They kept at it. Third quarter came, they took big advantage. Fourth quarter came, it's pretty much over with.
Yeah. As Hankey will step to the stripe here. And misses the first. Make sure to stick with us following the game as we'll break it all down for you, get you final statistics, let you know what's upcoming on Glycod as well. We've got a lot of action from the 6th, 7th, well, I guess not the 6th, but the 7th, 8th, and 11th regions coming up for you. I guess not the 7th either.
No, we have 6th region tomorrow night, and then we hit it. And then by the 10th, the 11th, and the 8th is really, really active. 8th's got a big part of their whole tournament to play right now.
Yeah, no kidding. Be out there
in the boys level, that is.
Be out there at Henry County tomorrow with Coach Gary Forrest as Chief Cameron. Another one up and in. And he's got 14 now for the game. And a bucket here on the other end by Lance Chandler for his 6th point. As that'll get us to another timeout here with 1:07 left in the game. Tigers 56, Rocks 44. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside for one as well. Stick with us. We've got more Louisville basketball game night coming up on Glycod.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. Have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
Valley High School, just 1:07 left here in our 7th Region Championship here this evening. Justin Caleb, Mark Evans back alongside you. St. X 56, Trinity 44, and looks like St. X is going to beat this Trinity team for the 3rd time this season after they just did the similar thing to Ballard here a couple weeks ago, Coach.
Well, Coach Klein has got to do it again. He did it as a player in 95. He was able to go to the state. Now, as a coach, he's taking his team back to the state, and they'll sit and wait, and I'm sure they'll be in the stands tomorrow night seeing who comes out of this 6th region because that's their first-round opponent.
As St. X going to break the press with ease, and it's going to lead to a wide-open bucket from Graham Kraisman, and then Frazier threw it off the back of Kraisman, who was able to nearly take it back away, as now Days will come the other way with it. By the way, the last bucket was the first for Graham Kraisman. The guy averaging 8 points a game this season, and we are down to 35 seconds. The St. X fans in front of us rise to their feet, and we are going to get a foul call in the front court with 32 seconds left.
A foul number 2, Gilman, his 2nd.
As now these St. X students, now I'm comfortable with them singing.
Cameron shooting 2.
As it'll be Chief Cameron heading to the free throw line. feel like the story writes itself, Coach. Coach Klein on the last St. X team to head to Rupp Arena as their point guard. And now here we are here 2025, 30 years later.
Well, I'm happy for Coach Klein. That's a lot of pressure on your back, having that opportunity and having such a good team last year and not getting out. You know, no matter what you say as a coach, you feel every bit of that, especially when you're a graduate. And so good for him. And, you know, we know Trinity will be back. They've been a power the last several years, and they'll continue to be a power under Brett. Brett does a great job also.
This is the first full season for him as their head coach. He took over in 2023, December of 2023, after Mike Szabo stepped down due to health reasons. So good to see Brett Saxon. He's got this team in a great spot here already in his first full season, and I'm like you. I expect good things with him moving forward.
Well, Brett was a great basketball player for the Shamrocks, and he also, you know, his dad's always been in athletics and a great coach, and you know, he's got the pedigree. He's an excellent college player also, so he'll be fine, you know, and he knows it. He understood tonight was going to be a big overcoming.
Did you see who got that rebound, Coach?
Probably
freshman Josh Lindsay.
Was it?
That bodes well for First State for St. X as we are down to 1 second. There is the final buzzer, and the Tigers are going to get it done. 59-44 in the 7th Region Championship, and let the celebration commence for the Tigers.
Yeah, I'd heard that Josh was on the quick comeback, and as long as they got to state, he should be back on the court. He's definitely a super pickup on this team and a great freshman with a great energy.
Yeah, a lot of fun to watch, so best of luck to him moving forward and the rest of the Tigers and Coach Klein as they advance to Rupp Arena here in a couple weeks. That'll wrap up our game. We'll now head to the post-game portion of our broadcast. We'll step aside for a break here. We'll come back on the other side, and we'll break it all down for you as you've been watching your 7th Region Championship here tonight on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tinsley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tinsley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Check it. Ooh.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Blunt Dental Group is a high-quality, family-owned dental practice. We are committed to educating our patients, as well as investing in the latest technology to provide more efficient dental care. Our team of licensed dentists and hygienists includes 2010 male high graduate Tyler Blunt, located in the heart of Linden at 8013 New LaGrange Road, Suite 6. For an appointment, call 502-425-7068 or go online at bluntdentalgroup.com. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by the Army National Guard. Protect what matters most to you. Visit your nearest National Guard recruiter or nationalguard.com.
And back here, Valley High School, where St. X has wrapped up their first region championship since 1995, and they did so in commanding fashion. 59-44 was the final. Justin Kalin, Coach Mark Evans back here alongside you. And, Coach, it was pretty well St. X from the early going of this one as they led 16-4 after one. It was a 28-19 lead at halftime. 46-30 was our score after three before ultimately they get it done. 59-44 is our final score.
It was a dominant performance. On paper, you might expect it. But being such a rivalry, you just never know. But St. X from the get-go came out, took control. They shot the ball well. What I was most impressed with them, and I know I mentioned it more than once, was when they got the lead, they didn't just come down and take quick shots. They worked the ball around, and they went inside, and they used their inside game, and they attacked off the drive, off of good ball movement that really put a ton of pressure on the Trinity Shamrocks' defensive side of the ball. And then unfortunately for Trinity, they just didn't shoot it well tonight, and they need to come out of the gate shooting it well. They did not. They got behind, and they just could never catch up.
Yep, it was the 18th region championship for St. X in school history, but like I mentioned, 1995 was their last one as they try for state title number 5. They're the number 1 ranked team in the state, have been all year long, so they've got a good shot this year, and they looked really good tonight in this win over Trinity. Trinity, by the way, they were looking for their 8th region title. Now 7-7 in championship games. As we'll step aside for a break here, come back on the other side, and we'll break it all down for you by giving you your final statistics. Stick with us for that. You're watching your 7th region championship here this evening on Glycod.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Blunt Dental Group is a high-quality, family-owned dental practice. We are committed to educating our patients, as well as investing in the latest technology to provide more efficient dental care. Our team of licensed dentists and hygienists includes 2010 male high graduate Tyler Blunt, located in the heart of Linden at 8013 New LaGrange Road, Suite 6. For an appointment, call 502-425-7068 or go online at bluntdentalgroup.com. Blunt Dental Group. Straightforward smiles.
Blind Select, not just blind. Blind Select, not just blind.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
And back here, Valley High School, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, where the St. X Tigers have just received their hardware for the first time since 1995 as they defeat Trinity 59-44 was the final score. And we've got to bring you tonight's final stats, brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. First, let's start for the individual scoring. As first for St. X, Chief Cameron with 15, Jeremiah Jackson with 16, 8 points for Will Hankey here in this one. You had 3 points for Brandon Days, 2 points for Graham Kraisman, 2 as well for Bryce Johnson, 2 for Connor Klein. And that'll wrap up the St. X scoring. And for Trinity, they were led by Garrison Gilvin, their sophomore, 13 points, 9 points for Rocco Pfeiffer, 7 for Julius Edmonds, 6 for Lance Chandler, 5 points for Jaden Johnson, 3 points for Josiah Lawson, and 1 point for Avery Frazier. Coach, how about the team statistics there?
As far as team statistics go, we'll start with the Shamrocks. You'll see right off the bat what was their Achilles was tonight, their Achilles heel, and it was shooting. 14 for 42 for 33%, 5 of 16 from the three-point line for only 31%, 11 of 16 from the free throw line for 69%. They had 8 turnovers, they had 5 assists, they had 27 total rebounds, and that was them. Now for the St. X Tigers, the victorious team tonight, they were 22 of 52 for 42%. They were 6 of 22 from the three-point line for 27%. 9 of 13 from the free throw line for 69%. They had 35 rebounds. They had 6 assists. They had only 7 turnovers, but a big number for them. They had 16 offensive rebounds in the game, which really kept the ball alive, gave them more opportunities, and they made good.
Yeah, fantastic game for St. X here in this one as they get it done by a final score of 59-44. We've still got to bring you your most outstanding players. We'll look ahead to the upcoming schedule here on Glycod as well, and I'm going to try to track down Coach Klein, see if we can have a word with him. All that coming your way and more. Stick with us. We've got one final segment for your 7th Region Championship coverage coming right up on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
a life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Direct, not just blinds. Direct, not just blinds.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. Have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycon.
Back here, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium on the campus of Valley High School. One final time this evening. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans back here alongside you. As Coach, we've got to bring your most outstanding players, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Let's first start for the losing Trinity Shamrocks. Their player of the game is going to be?
Their player of the game is going to be number 2, Garrison Gilvin. Had a heck of a game. Was really a bright spot for this Trinity team. Came out, ended up with 13 points, 3 of 5 from the three-point line, and ended up with 6 rebounds. He is our player of the game.
Absolutely. Well-deserved there by Mr. Gilvin. And for St. X, a little bit of a tougher decision. They got a number of really good performances tonight, but ultimately we landed on?
Well, we landed on number 23, Jeremiah Jackson. We just felt like those early threes were really huge for this St. X Tiger team. He's 4 or 5 from the three-point line, had 16 points, ended up with 5 rebounds.
Yeah, and it was, for me, it was the way that Jackson shot the ball with confidence. He did it early, he did it often, and he knocked it in for a good clip, 80% on the night. That'll get it done.
Well, it got the Tigers off to a great start, which I think they needed with the pressure that they probably felt, but you wouldn't have known they felt a bit of pressure tonight. Coaches had them ready. and they look like the commanding, dominant team.
Yeah, no doubt about it as they get it done. First region championship since 1995. Coach Klein on his way up, so we'll sneak in a quick break here. Come back on the other side. We'll talk with him, and we'll take a look at the upcoming schedule as well. Stick with us for that. Coming up on Glycod.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
Back here, Valley High School, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium. Now one more time, Justin Kalen now joined by head coach Kevin Klein of the St. X Tigers. Coach, a dominating win for your squad here tonight. 59-44 was the final score. Congratulations on the first regional championship since you were a player back with a point guard on that team.
Thank you, Justin. And I get so many questions about me being the last player, point guard, to go to that team. And I said, we've never made it about that. That was a moment 30 years ago. This moment is about these kids right now. And this is our fourth championship trophy of the season. And not one of these games has been in single digits. And our target has just continued to get bigger, and our guys continue to get better. And I've just never been around such a team that is so well connected with great, great, great senior leadership with junior captain Brandon Days. And if you don't know basketball, but you just come and watch one game, you see the love they have for one another, this school, how they play the game the right way. They're coachable. Their attitudes are always in check, and they're dreamers. And they have believed. About a year and a few days ago, when some adversity hit, I told him in pregame, I've been so inspired by how you have gotten up and gone about life when we got knocked down.
Yeah.
And coaching basically the same team for 2 years in a row is just something that I don't know I will ever get to do again, and how it all worked out with COVID and roster. And these guys, I mean, we basically had our same rotation for 2 years in a row. So we've been through so many challenges, and we challenged ourselves with a regional and a national schedule this year. And, we played Bryan out of Arkansas in the KOB final. We went out to San Diego and played top national competition. We played Trinity in the LIT final, male in the LIT district, or male in the district, and then Trinity tonight. And we've just continued to sharpen ourselves all year, and these guys never relax on what they've done in the past. We always talk about the windshield being way bigger than the rearview mirror. Yeah. And, we'll enjoy this tonight, but, our guys are going to want to know who we play next. Is it Butler? Is it J-Town? Coach, what's the plan for these next 16 days? And I told them we have not seen your best. Yeah. And, they just keep getting better. And I thought that first half, just domination of defensive intensity, and that travels every single game. And I thought that set the tone throughout, and it was just super special. Of their effort. Well,
with the continuity you've had with these guys, this one has to feel really good for you, and you've got to be real happy for them as well.
No, it's, I remember 30 years ago, the two games we played, the bus ride up, the things we did leading up to it. And I said, guys, we need 90 minutes to be a 7th region champion for the rest of your life. And one more win gets us another at least 2.5 weeks together.
Yeah.
And I said, guys, the maximum number of games we can play is 5. And that's kind of sad to think about, because when you have something so special, you never want it to end.
Sure.
And these guys are playing so inspired and off one another, and I'm just glad to be their coach. They made me look really good, and I told them I have a front row seat to see you guys do your thing every single day. My staff is just top-notch, best staff in the state. And when you surround yourself with great people, you do the right things, you hope good things happen. They don't always. And for this to end in the 7th Region Championship, to get us to Rupp Arena, we're super excited to see what we can do in Lexington.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Well, you said to me in the pregame, it was on you to give these kids these opportunity that you got to live out is your playing day. So congratulations on doing that. Best of luck moving forward.
Appreciate it.
We'll be rooting you all on from Rupp Arena.
Great job, guys. Thank you.
All right, that is head coach Kevin Klein of.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.
And back here, Valley High School, one final time here this evening, J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, where St. X gets it done in the 7th Region Championship by a final score of 59-44. Congratulations to the Tigers and to Coach Klein, all the players, and best of luck to them moving forward as they travel to Rupp Arena. As now we've got to take a look at your upcoming schedule. Look at our upcoming schedule as presented by Operation Parent. They're equipping and empowering parents with the tools needed to face the issues challenging today's youth. To learn more about their services, visit operationparent.org. Guys, let's take a look at that upcoming schedule now. We've got the 6th Region Championship tomorrow night, 8th Region quarterfinals at Henry County tomorrow night as well. You've got all kinds of stuff coming up here on Glycod, and then I wanted to get this out there as well. We'll also have Girls Sweet 16 action starting in Rupp Arena Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. It'll be audio only, but Simon Kenton versus Frederick Douglass. Then Thursday at 11 a.m. we'll have audio only for Sacred Heart versus Johnson Central. So pretty awesome there, as we'll be covering some of those state championship games as well. And Coach, we've got to wrap things up here, but before we do, certainly some thanks to give out. I want to thank executive producer Steve Bird from Glycod, getting us all these stats, rosters, everything we need to be able to bring you all this contest. Todd Carter is our on-site producer. Appreciate Todd, as always, making sure we stay up and running and making us look good at the same time. Of course, our camera guys, Christian Sanchez and Xander Essis, we're manning the cameras for us here in this one tonight. Appreciate their hard work and help. And then, of course, the guy running the tournament, Troy Johnson, been so great for us, helping us get set up. Coach, I miss anybody?
I don't think so. You got pretty much everybody I could think of, but in the Valley AD, they did a nice job of hosting the event, but nothing like Troy and that small team he has of Kelsey and the group that takes care of this every single year. As far as I'm concerned, I'm really happy for Coach Klein. Breaking through that and getting to that point is wonderful for him. I have the opportunity to watch them all next week, and I'll be up there. And you talked about Sacred Heart playing at 11 o'clock, I think, on Thursday. We're on the air on Thursday. Well, I'll have the audio on that game, so I get that opportunity too. Great time of the year, and make sure if you can't see us live, see us on Glycod.
Absolutely. We've got all the options for you on Glycod, as that'll wrap it up here from Valley High School this evening. Your final score one more time. St. X gets it done, 59-44 over Trinity. Alongside Mark Evans, this is Justin Kalen saying so long and good night. You've been watching your 7th Region Championship right here on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
a life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night from Glycod.